guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now let's get into this, shall we? Okay. All right. Before we begin, please let me know that you guys can hear me. I know you guys can see me, but can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know, son. Let me know you can hear me. Child, we have some stuff to talk about tonight. Y'all know I only talk about stuff that I feel like I can talk about, i.e., relatively something on my level or what have you. This probably is going to be an unpopular opinion about everything that's been going on between the likes of Kirk Franklin. I may be freezing a little bit because I'm seeing my bars are tripping, but you know, we're going to get through this. As long as you guys can hear me, I'm okay with that. Okay. So before we begin, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. What city are you guys tuning in from? Put it in the chat. Let me see. Place your city in the chat. Place your city in the chat. Okay, I see I'm choppy. I see that. Haters, they won't let me be great. Okay, so while you guys are doing that, I just want to give you guys a synopsis about everything. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to begin with Kirk Franklin. All right, if you don't know who Kirk Franklin is and you a black person, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, wait, before we begin, let me give a shout out to Shazaz's Creation. She is strong in the Lord. You see that cross going across my chest? Yes. This shirt is provided by Shazaz's Creations. If you're interested in a shirt like this, check out the description box down below for her link, okay? And then you can use my code and get a wonderful discount, okay? And the reason why I wanted to wear this shirt, because I want to show some solidarity to Danae Jackson, which is Danae, Lord, I'm gonna get it right. But Derek Jackson's wife. I want to be in some support with her because she needs it. Let me get on into the whole Kirk Franklin, okay, and how this all started, okay. Many of you guys know Kirk Franklin from Stomp and the likes of those songs, okay? And so here recently, really not here recently, his son has always been in the media from what I can remember back in 2018 or even further back than that. He threw some allegations out there of his father, right? Well, here recently, the stuff has hit the fan in regards to Kirk Franklin, and it's unfortunate. And let's just get on how it started. Okay. So, his son, okay, here recently, was just talking down on Kirk Franklin. I can't remember exactly why, but it was a situation in which he felt like, I guess, Kirk Franklin was being disingenuous and, you know, was talking down about him and what have you, you know what I'm saying? Then a phone call recording came out because I looked at his page. Like I said, he's been talking about Kirk Franklin. He's been talking about his father and saying all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so a recording came out of Kirk Franklin cursing, going off on this grown child. This boy is my age. Okay, I'm 33. He's 33 years old, right? And so he was all on the phone like, see, yeah, this is how he talks to me. Mind you, he's on the phone agitating his father, saying stuff like, yeah, you know, yeah, I did. I sure did. Agitating him, okay? So he puts this tape out, and unbeknownst to him, and on the contrary, the Negroes, we stood up and was like, boy, please, you better be lucky that's all you got. And I'm not going to jump around. I'm going to just give y'all the synopsis for those that aren't aware before I get into my intake on this, okay? So then Kirk comes out with an apology, right? His son responds to the apology by saying that, and actually the sister came out and was just like, boy, you are spoiled. Like, we've been good. You've been eating good. You've been living good. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it. You know what I'm saying? And he was just stating stuff like, Kirk stopped the counseling and stuff like that, right? Hey, Mary Blue. Hey, my honey bunches. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey, that badge looks good on you. Looks good on your name. Yes, you guys need to join. Okay, so you guys can get a cute little badge of honor and representation of being a member on the channel. Not for nothing. So, Kirk and his wife goes on a Tamara Hall or Tamara, whatever that short-haired lady name is, show, and they do an interview. Now, people was picking your slang, that soft blue. Oh, thank you. And I'm sorry I didn't give a shout out, but this lipstick is called Bahamas. It's right here. It's Bahamas, and it's from Shay Michelle, formerly known as Lips and Lashes by Shay Cosmetics. I am no longer a brand ambassador or affiliated with the brand. However, I love the product, and that didn't come with me being in connections or not. I just love the product, and I still wear it. So if you guys are interested in getting your own, check out, it's not even in a link, but check out shademichelle.com and you'll be able to purchase your own. Okay. Anywho, I'm sorry. I should have did that at the beginning. Okay. So, let me see, where was I? Okay. Yeah. So they pick his wife apart, saying that his wife was loving it. She was just smiling over there. She wasn't, she's trying to disconnect herself from the allegations that have arrived, because not allegations, but the whole tape. He has not came out about the present allegations that have been placed out there. Here recently, a tape of Kirk Franklin's son has been released. And he's stating that, basically these particular people that were over his house, he was getting into it, right? Armand Wiggins did release this audio, and you can hear him getting into it with some people on there, right? And then they start playing, to antagonize him, start playing Kirk Franklin music. And then you can hear him in the background saying, oh, great, you're going to play my M. Lester's music, right? And so then you can hear them say, oh, I'm sorry. They turn it down and they were like, I knew it, blah, 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 right? And so those are the allegations that basically his father, Kirk Franklin, molested him, okay? But he did later come out and say, the son later came out and state that the allegations weren't true. He didn't even know he was being recorded and the third. So that's where everything has been left off at, okay? And then here recently, Tasha K came out and stated that she tried to get a interview with him, and he tried to get almost $70,000 out of her, and that was that on that. Here's my thought in regards to everything in its entirety. I'm going to start from the top when it comes to whole Kirk Franklin. And like I said, this may be an unpopular opinion for you guys, so be prepared, okay? First and foremost, Kirk Franklin is from my hometown. He's from here, Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas Metroplex area, okay? I even had the opportunity of meeting Kirk Franklin. This man is short, and he was sweet, okay? I was intimidated, to say the least, and I was just so nervous. It was actually a brunch that they did. They did a gospel brunch here every year, and me and my sister and my homegirl actually looked up on getting some tickets, right? And so we went, and he was just standing out there with his wife, and and I was just like, I turned around, I was like, can I have a picture with you? And he was just like, girl, stop tripping. Yeah, what I'm saying? He was real cool, down to earth. What I'm saying? He wasn't acting funny. Like I said, he was out there with everybody else. No security, nobody was around him. What you guys want to understand down here in the South is Southern hospitality, to say the least. What I'm saying? We love on each other. It's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. It's a respect thing, right? So not for nothing, He takes a picture with me, and I can't find it because I'm telling you it was old. It was old. I think it was like on one of my little phones or whatever. And that was my experience with meeting Kirk Franklin. And then from there on out, I would see him. I went to concerts and all that. Okay. But I say all that to say, because I'm not trying to give this man a character count or anything like this, but I'm trying to say this is a grown 33-year-old man. This is not a child. I will be outraged and appalled if this was a kid. And even then, I'm sorry, y'all couldn't have been a fly on my mama's wall. Because, baby, I got everything from I took you in this world, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out, till I put my foot in your neck, to you know what I'm saying, you're hot, and I'm a knock it out. I've heard it all. Okay, and I'm here and I'm just fine. Okay, my abuse wasn't the likes of my mom getting me all the way put together, because what happens in your house, stay in your house. Okay, and I'm not saying that's good or bad, you know what I'm saying, but the thing is that this was a leak recording. Yeah, nobody would have known if his son wouldn't have exposed him. And to be honest with you, now everything that hit the fan, and I don't think that his son is actually happy about doing what he did, but it's too late. That's why we should not move in our emotions. We shouldn't move in our emotions, okay? Because when we move in our emotions, we do things that we eventually are going to regret, okay? To say the least. Not for nothing. You know, you have people just surprised that it's Kirk Franklin, but I'm here to tell you, y'all gonna get enough of thinking us as Christians that we are sinless. We're trying our best to sin less in the hands of the Lord. We're not sinless, okay? Get that all the way together, okay? And when you guys comprehend that and get that, then stuff like this wouldn't be a surprise to you, okay? Because case in point, you run up on me, you might get done up in the name of the Jesus, okay? Because he is still yet working on me. And when y'all realize that us as Christians, we aren't perfect, we're subject to error just like you are, then you'll get that, okay? And people want to say we live holier than thou. Now, y'all put us on that pedestal as living holier than thou, just because we, you know, hold you guys accountable. But the thing is, if you are a true and authentic Christian, you're not supposed to be holding worldly people accountable. We're supposed to pass judgment towards each other that's in the body of Christ. Let's get that very clear. People get that scripture misconstrued, that we're not supposed to judge. No. It doesn't say that we're not supposed to judge. It says, unless you have cleaned yourself up, you can't pass judgment on the next person. But if you have cleaned yourself up, if that person is a follower of Christ, you are supposed to hold that person accountable, passing judgment, if you will, for the betterment of that person. Let's knock that whole theory down of this whole, you're not supposed to judge stuff out. See, people say that when they don't want to be held accountable for their wrongdoings. But let's continue, shall we? Okay, so anyways, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man is a man. You know what I'm saying? This man is a man. And the thing is that y'all came within his world for a second. Unbeknownst to him, you know, by way of his trifling, excuse my French, trifling ass son. Okay, all right. And I saw a post, and it had me rolling, because they were saying like, Kirk called his son a punk A, and he's saying he released a tape. I guess he was right. He was. We be knowing our kids, okay? But I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but I'm not counseling Kirk Franklin at all, because of that private situation that got brought to light. Okay. Now in regards to these new allegations that he allegedly molested his child, you know, and that would make I mean, he was, you know, a child at that time in which they he actually made these allegations, I would think, you know. I wasn't there. I'm an advocate of sexual abuse, you know, and you guys know that I have a whole documentary out here in these streets that I'm about to release this month in regards to that. So I'm not going to take his experience from him, just as well as the tape that got released. You know, this is another leaked situation, and I need to know the full context in its entirety. Was he being sarcastic? Did he really mean this? But like I said, he later comes out and says that He didn't know he was being recorded, that the allegations weren't true. He stated a lot of stuff in this video. He stated he was the devil. He was jokingly about that. One of the people in there was like, well, because he was like, I'm the devil or whatever. That's what everybody say. He was just spewing out different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even TK was saying how, talking to him, he doesn't seem to be well off. Okay. And again, I'm not going to take his experiences from him. And I'm not going to say that these behaviors isn't associated with something that happened to him. Could it have been sexual abuse? It very well could have been sexual abuse. Could it have been some other form of abuse? Maybe your daddy wasn't there. Yeah, Kirk Franklin was on the road. He was an artist, and people don't know how that impacts people. It was just what's his name? Daughter that came out that sings that song, and she was talking to that Benzino's daughter. You know what I'm saying? Was crying out and talking noise and stuff like that in regards to him and the likes of him and stuff like that. And we can go to Brian McKnight. We can go to all these celebrity kids that went through some kind of form of abuse because their parents weren't there, because they didn't have that foundation. That's why I hate when people be popping out all these kids with different people and you're not within their household and you don't think that's going to affect your child. It's just, it's ridiculous to me. And I also want to add that his ex-wife, not ex-wife, but Carrie Ann's mother came out and did an interview. People was ripping her up about her wig, which had nothing to do with nothing, but people want to deflect from the topic at hand, so they'll pick people apart, which we're going to let her get into that with whole Derek Jackson and his wife situation. But not for nothing, they were picking this woman's wig apart like that had to do with anything, and they were missing what she was saying. She was saying, I got it wrong. We were young parents. I know Kirk got it wrong. Now, in regards to these allegations, I'm not taking that from my son, but I'm saying it's a way in which you do it. I agree. It's a way in which you'll do it, because what you have to understand is that even the abuser, that's a person. That's a person. And that's why I be like, people need to keep that same energy. Y'all want to sit up here and laugh and tell that this woman is, got paid to do this, and Kirk told her, I'm not going to give you no money, or maybe it's just the truth. Why is it that you guys badger people for the truth, and then when you they give you the truth, because it's not your truth, or it doesn't align with what you believe to be the truth, it's not the truth? It doesn't make any sense. But not for nothing, she begins to go on and state how, she, is not taking that from him, but it's a way in which you do it. She even brings in the fact of the matter that she's talking about, let's go, go to the police about it. Let's build up a report or something like this, because I'm going to protect you. It is what it is. And that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that it leaves you questioning things, again, I'm not taking his experience from him. I just know how I chose to move, and not everybody chooses to move in that sense. I'm not being secretive or anything like that, but it's a way that you move if you really want to seek justice about what happened to you. And to be honest with you, this molestation wouldn't even be molestation; it'd be incest at this point. But not for nothing. If you are seeking some form of justice against your abuser, it is a way in which you do it. And see, we can even go biblical. The word of God says, vengeance shall be mine, said the Lord. When you take vengeance in your own hand, it's not going to go according to his will. You can't be vigilant like that and be doing all this messy stuff, because it clouds out the authenticity of your story and of what is going on. Okay. So that's my thoughts in regards to the whole Kirk Franklin situation. I just feel like, it gotta bring about a sense of, when you think about why this situation is coming out now, why all of a sudden after that first leak conversation, then another leaking, and now a cherry on top of the cherry, the molestation topic comes out, when, mind you, everybody was on the bandwagon of Kirk Franklin. And it just makes me feel like, well, were you not satisfied with everybody, being on his side? wanting to be in support of Kirk Franklin, and let him know that, you ain't got nothing to apologize for, and XYZ. It's just interesting, to say the least. As to why, what I think whenever I think about all this stuff steady coming out, or whatever the case may be. I will say this though: if this actually happened, I feel like Kirk Franklin should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, and that's on period. I don't care who he is or what he did. If he did this, if this is to be factual, and I feel like it does need to be investigated. If it's found for him to be, it's real, I feel as though that he should be held accountable. And like I said, I stand 10 toes down on what I believe in, and I don't care, who this person is. Okay, the rest of my commentary.
I can't even count, but numerous times at night, was taken to this back room and then molested. So I can't even count.
But I wasn't okay.
And then it got to the point where he started to go a little further.
Get off my sister, and I was just like, yeah, because I didn't know, what was going on. So was your abuse by females, males, or
Male.
So I would say around 7.
Because in that moment, we had all had a common narrative. They had been molested too, and 2 out of those sisters by the same person that was doing it to me.
He said, well, I want to ask you, are you gay?
We survived because it figured out what to do if we blow a fuse. And the brain knows what to do if it believes it will destruct. It takes memories and it moves them offline so that we don't remember, so we don't have to deal with what the brain says is too much.
Drama every time you do something. No peace, nowhere. You're not looking at the spirit realm. In the natural, you look like a pretty cool brother. You're a pretty cool sister, but you can't get along with nobody. And every relationship, even the good ones that should have turned out into something good, can't turn out good. Because you're not aware of the spirit realm.
All right, we're back, you guys. And yes, that is going to be exclusively released on this month, the 28th, for members only. So if you're interested in being a part of the Witness Gang, to be able to see this documentary before I release it officially to the world on next month, to be able to see this firsthand, go and click on the join button down below. I have different tiers that you'll be able to join. I'm not going to pick a particular tier for it to be exclusive. I want this to be accessible to everybody. And like I said, you are paying for the access to be able to get this content early. I'm not finna play with you guys and have you paying for something and then only 24 hours get it later. No, I'm telling you up front, okay? I want to exclusively release it this month early, but next month, in celebration of Sexual Abuse Month, which is the month of April, I want to release it then. So the thing is to say, you're actually paying for the opportunity to be able to see this first before anybody in the world does. Okay. And then for members only, which I'm not going to release to the public, you guys want to be able to meet and greet with us, the cast, live, and ask us questions about the documentary and things of that nature. So if you're interested, like I said, go ahead and click join down below and join in. Go ahead and get in the mix, you guys. Okay. All right, you guys, welcome to the channel. I am excited to say that I had the pleasure of getting on the Armand Wiggins show. Now, if you guys aren't aware, like, oh my gosh, like, he is someone that I look up to, as well as Tasha K, as well as Lovely T, and Onsort, to say the least. Not for nothing, he actually did an exclusive interview with the guy who dropped the bomb of Kirk Franklin's son, allegations alleging that his father, Kirk Franklin, molested him, right? So he had the pleasure of speaking with him, and he allowed this young man the platform to be able to tell his story, what led him up to releasing the footage. Okay, now, I do not agree with this whole story. If you want to hear more about it, go head on over to the Armand Wiggins show so you can hear everything in its entirety. Just to sum it up, the guy stated that, he met Carry On through a house cleaning service for an Airbnb that he was renting at. And so the thing is that one thing led to another. He also comes out and basically outs Karen, which is just like the exposure just keeps going on. And it's just like, it's not your place, right? So not for nothing, he, states that, he has money, that they did drugs of a sort. And so Armand was basically like, do you think that just maybe he was just trying to, pull the wool over your eyes? Maybe he wasn't attracted to you. Maybe he just knew you was a bag. And, you were his connect, with the booger sugar, right? Or the white girl, right? And so he denied that or what have you. And so he didn't know who he was. And then upon further investigation, he discovered who he was. And so it was times where Carry On would act erratic and he would record it. So this time was no different, okay? So he proceeded to record this situation because I guess it got physical. So he decides to record this, not knowing that Carry On was going to disclose this bit of information, okay? So time went on. He stated, and you guys will see here in this particular clip that I actually asked him, like, why didn't you go to him first? To give him an opportunity to, be prepared for what was going to happen, right? And he said he did. He didn't want to listen, so I guess he just took it upon himself to do it. You guys can check this clip out, and I'm going to come back with my closing commentary.
Can y'all hear? Hold on. Let's see this. Hold on. Okay. Hello?
Hello,
Tevin?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I want to know for CJ, like, initially, what made you just post the video? Like, after all this stuff went down, you decided to say, hey, I'm going to post this because it might be other people like Carry On.
I didn't post anything.
The recording,
I had a platform posted.
Yeah, what made you do that?
Do you not think that it needed to be told?
Don't you think if Carry On wanted to be told,
are you a victim shamer?
What?
What is your question? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be defensive. Excuse me if I'm.
Don't you feel as if Carry On should have told it on his own?
Yeah, but what he making up? Yeah, I do feel like that. But he was making all this noise and making himself look like a ASS. It's in the media, and y'all was teasing him at first. Y'all was teasing him. So this was like to help him get his story out. Y'all didn't have to believe it.
Okay, No, I'm removing them. They asked the question, we move. Hey, Whitney, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, CJ. my question to you is, I know that you stated that you decided to record because you were skeptical of his behavior. So at no point did you think that maybe you wanted to go to him first and let him know, give him an opportunity to prepare himself before releasing it to Armand? Or at no point did you think about that?
I did. I went to see him on Saturday. I tried to tell him, "Do you remember Christmas? Do you remember what happened?" And of course, in true Carry On fashion, we don't get along. So all he wanted to do was argue with me.
Okay, because I think that's the reason why everybody is kind of upset, because it came after a tumultuous like situation, and if it was more so something of a concern about his well-being, it possibly came out back when it happened, because it was back in December, and here we are months later. So I think that's why everybody's kind of like upset and confused, because it didn't come back then. It came after he was already in a bad situation.
Yeah. So if I would have released it before, y'all would have been mad at me then. So
No, I think it would have been more so on your side, more so concerned, because it would have been when nothing was going on, but he's already got a lot going on with his dad, and then it's just kind of like boom, and it's like, well, I'm concerned. And I'm a product of abuse myself, and it's just the way that you go about doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's why everybody's kind of upset. And then it's just like you stated, well, I'm trying to help, and it's just like, well, are you trying to help now, or you weren't trying to help back then? You know?
didn't
So
know Carry On back then. Didn't nobody know he existed? Not to refute what you're saying is not right. There was a way to go about it. I did try to get his blessing, but we couldn't even have a conversation. We couldn't even talk because we really don't get along. So
and you see, and that's the thing. That would have killed me if I release some information to somebody that I don't get along with, and then you release it, and it's just kind of like, that's why people are kind of like upset, about it.
I still have.
Thank you, Whitney.
Like, I can't be compassionate. We don't got to get along for me to have empathy.
Well, I think what's interesting too, while I understand what everyone is saying as well, also I would like to add, now the audio is out. Now I do think that, I do see where people are like, well, this was divine timing how you released this. But two, I think, CJ, you will also get a lot of backlash, because at a point there are going to be a lot of people that are not going to want to believe this about Kirk Franklin. So you will also become the easy victim, because the fall guy, because you essentially released it, so people will be like, because they don't want to be upset with Kirk Franklin.
Okay, so you guys were able to check that out, and if I had the opportunity to interview him and talk to him, it probably not would have went left, but I had some more questions that I needed to ask him. His story was all over the place, to say the least. He was bouncing from, he didn't know who he was, so he found out by a friend, to when he came back, this and that and the third, he wanted him, and all this stuff. And then the thing was that Armand pointed out a fact, and I wish I was able to talk to Armand and tell him, but he said, everybody is going to make him the victim, or going to be bashing him because he's the one that released this information, and our beloved Kirk Franklin. No, if we didn't give a darn about R. Kelly, if we didn't give a darn about Bill Cosby, we're not going to give a darn about the likes of a Kirk Franklin if this information is true. And that's no shade. I'm just 100%. I mean, as for me, I don't care who it is, and like you guys know, I don't play with this. I'm a product of sexual abuse myself, and I'll be darned if I, hide anybody. The thing is, as a, victim myself, we need to have the opportunity to tell our own stories. It's not for anybody else. I've had countless many of people in private tell me, "Ooh, that happened to me too." I didn't go back and be like, well, I'm doing this documentary, let me put this information out, let me do this, or whatever the case may be. And then the way he did it was very malicious. You stated that this was how you spent your Christmas. You didn't feel like the need to tell that back in December, but after you found that he was going through what he was going through, and you were so concerned about him, you decided to release this footage. I wasn't buying it. This is what I think, okay? I think, he felt like Kerrion wanted him or whatever the case may be. He didn't get that. He felt like he was used, you know what I'm saying? Because in the audio, you hear Kerrion is going back and forth like, dude, I don't want you. You try to suck me up, blah, blah, blah. He just was, spewing on this guy. Not for nothing, you didn't hear him say that the CJ guy was clearly stating that we're not good. He even said whenever he tried to bring the footage to him, they got into it. At what point did you feel like it was okay for you to then release it? You know what I'm saying? And it's just, like I said, I just feel like all that happened and he was just like, yeah, all this is going on and boom, I'm finna make you look even more crazy. I'm finna make you look even more deranged or whatever the case may be. If you were so concerned about this being a victim, why not take it to the police? Right? Ain't that what everybody tell us as victims? Why didn't you go to the police? Why didn't you go to the blogs? Why didn't you go tell your parent? Why didn't you do all this? So why didn't you, since you were just so concerned, why didn't you take it to the authorities? You know what I'm saying? Or why not, just let the boy tell his own story, stand in his own truth. You did that because you felt like this was an opportunity. I don't necessarily think it was for clout. Because, if he was thinking smart, he probably would have sold it. And to be honest with you, I heard he tried to do that through the grapevine, allegedly. But not for nothing, I don't necessarily think it's just clout. I just think he was trying to get back at Kerrion. Let's just be real. He even said it himself. He's like, how trades are. And he can't come out with his sexuality. And to be honest with you, I don't think that that's wrong, especially being a product of alleged sexual abuse, be it from his father, from a pastor, or from, because we hear that all the time. I don't take that experience from him at all. And it tends to do something to you. And you do question your sexuality, you know what I'm saying? And then him being a PK kid, in a sense, or a child of gospel sensation, how could he come out and say that he is bisexual or he's gay or whatever the case may be? So I don't take that from him. But again, that's not your story to tell, so that's not your story to sit up here and say, oh, I'm so concerned. You're concerned, try to get him help. You know what I'm saying? If you are so concerned, take it to authorities and let them listen to the footage, reach out to him and do what needs to be done. And I say all this to say because, like I said, when Armand stated that, he's basically going to get backlash because who he did, and we're missing the whole thing that it's because did Kirk Franklin do it or don't? Well, see, all this mess kind of takes away from the whole allegation in itself. And that's from a victim myself. You know what I'm saying? When you got mess and drama tied to it, it deflects. It does. It totally deflects from the whole situation. Did Kirk do this? You know what I'm saying? And my thing is that, you heard Kerrion say, I'm not going to address that. I'm not going to talk about that I didn't even know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, he's still not ready. You know what I'm saying? So regardless if this is true or false, it still has nothing to do with us. Yeah, we love the mess, but this type of mess, I don't appreciate, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely don't, as a victim myself, appreciate somebody else telling my story or telling my truth. But I don't know, you guys. That is the video. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think I did a decent job? Did I, do my little thing on the Armand Wiggins show? I had to redeem myself, y'all. I went live with him some months back, and oh my God, I was just so starstruck and shook it, and I just was babbling like a brook, okay? But not for nothing, you guys. Tell me what you guys think about all this drama behind, Kirk Franklin, his son, these allegations and all this stuff going on. While you're there, please take out the time to like, share, and subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, hello, thank you, and welcome. If you're already a subscriber, well, you might as well join. Are now taking members. And so if you would like to be a member and get exclusive access to different content, one-on-ones with me, and be able to get, drum roll, please, exclusive first serve access to the documentary that I'm doing on childhood sexual abuse, okay? Check it out.
I can't even count, but numerous of times at night I'm always was taken to this back room and then molested. So it's I can't even count.
But I wasn't okay.
And then it got to the point where he started to go a little further.
Get off my sister, and I was just like, yeah, because I didn't know, what was going on. So was your abuse by females, males, or both?
Male.
So I would say around 7.
Because in that moment, we had all had a common narrative. They had been molested too, and 2 out of those sisters by the same person that was doing it to me.
He said, well, I want to ask you, are you gay?
We survived because it figured out what to do if we blow a fuse. And the brain knows what to do if it believes it will destruct. It takes memories and it moves them offline so that we don't remember, so we don't have to deal with what the brain says is too much for us.
Drama every time you do something. No peace, nowhere. You're not looking at the spirit realm. In the natural, you look like a pretty cool brother. You're a pretty cool sister, but you can't get along with nobody. And every relationship, even the good ones that should have turned out into something good, can't turn out good because you're not aware of the spirit realm.
Yes, that's right, you guys. If you become a member, you're able to see this first before I debut it to the world next month sometime. April is Sexual Abuse Awareness Month, and so I want to be able to release this in that time. So if you want to see it first before the world, go ahead and click that join button. Pick a tier. I'm not going to designate it to just one particular tier. You're going to have access with either one that you do. And not only that, you help this channel grow by joining the membership on a month-to-month basis, okay? Well, while you're at it and you're on this subscriber spree, head on over to 3 Shots In and say hello to my wonderful husband and let them know that Whitney D TV sent you, okay? You guys, and check out that shot see. It is hilarious to say the least, okay? And catch up on all the videos, okay? Make sure you comment. We need you guys to have some dialect. It's good for the ratings too, okay? And not for nothing, click on the plug, Power and Purpose, brought to you by Rutanya Sellers, my girl, okay? Prophetess Rutanya Sellers, okay? And then go ahead and look at all my brand affiliates, okay? Down in the comments below, find you a lovely discount, okay, while you're there, all right? Well, that's it for me, you guys. I'm Whitney D TV signing off. Until next time, bye. Shazazz Creations is a virtual boutique for creative customized apparel, tumblers, and jewelry. Allow them to create a keepsake that you can use as a heirloom for centuries to come. Everything from blankets to pillows, allow your memories to come alive with every picture. Tell them Whitney D from Whitney D TV sent you. Use the Whitney D code or link in the description box below. Bye. Welcome to Embrace Pangea. These products are all created to bring you back to balance through nature's gifts. They have a wide range of products that deal with various aspects of daily life, such as deodorants, juices, clothing, vagina detoxes, and body scrubs. Whichever product that you decide to embrace, you can rest assured that it was created with love for the betterment of self. Embrace your Pangea. Visit the link in the description box below
and let them know that Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Bye.
So yeah, so check out the site embracepangea.com and embrace your Pangea. You know what I'm saying?